Here we are. Collingwood, Carlton. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, again, I'm going to do this in every single video. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And hit that notification bell. It would be amazing. Send this to a Collingwood supporter that isn't already subscribed. I want to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. We're still like just under 3,000 away. So it's going to take a huge effort, but I appreciate you all. If you're already subscribed, I love you. If you're a new subscriber, I love you so much. Now, Collingwood Carlton, goddamn, let's talk about it. At the start of the season, when you're looking at your fixture, you're kind of going, okay, cool. We know Anzac Day's there. When is the next sort of biggest game? And the first game you look to is Carlton. How many times do we play them? When do we play them? And we've got them pretty early. What is it, round 8? Now we get them again at the end of the year as well, or towards the end of the year. And it is just, it's one of those games where it doesn't matter where we are in the ladder. And I know, like, early on, years and years ago when Carlton were really bad or Collingwood were really bad, it was just sort of blowout. And that doesn't happen sort of anymore, right? They won one against us last season, towards the end of last season, when we went and lost to Hawthorn as well. We won it early on in the year. And this game, we'll talk about the game in a second, but this rivalry, it's the biggest in the league. And I know Port Adelaide and Adelaide will be like, oh, that's just because you're in Victoria, or, XYZ, and what about the Perth Showdown? And nah, this is steeped in history. And there's countless grand finals, countless just games just in general. All you have to do is look back to 2022, that last game of the season, where we knock them out and they don't make finals, and we go on and, finish top 4 because of that game. And there's just always a little bit more spice. And I don't know if it's because of what I do and how I'm in this sort of social media content creator sort of thing. And, I can see it a little bit more than I used to be able to see it, like 6 years ago when I wasn't doing this stuff. But it's huge. And I feel like there was a time where it wasn't as big as it is now for the last few years. And maybe that's because Carlton weren't that good. But now they're good, right? Now they're amazing at the moment. And I tweeted the other day after the Essendon game, I said, the football world is a better place when Collingwood, Carlton and Essendon are up and about. Essendon, thereabouts. Carlton, definitely. And us, we just won the premiership, right? So we're sort of up and about. So the three big Victorian clubs, and this is very much a litmus test for us. It is going to be an absolutely incredible game, but it is going to be, an incredible game on the field, but fuck, it's going to be an incredible game off field as well, just with socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I love Terry and Pommy and stuff, but all the Blue Abroad stuff, obviously. So it's always a good week. It feels like grand final week every single time, because that's how big of a game this is. It's going to be 90,000 people on a Friday night watching two of the oldest, biggest rivalries in the world, going up against each other. So Carlton, they lose to Geelong last week, and that was a really good test for them. Geelong, best in the league at the moment. They've won 7 straight, which is crazy to me. Carlton, Geelong had the wood over them. They're up by 33 points, and then bang, they kick 4 in a row. They cut the lead to 8. They had a sort of a chance to sort of win it. And then Michael Voss comes out later and during the press and says, no, we're not even going to say that was a good game because we should have won it, or, words to that sort of extent. And, in that game, clearances they did really well in. All around the ground, they did sort of really well in. Geelong just were more clinical. Jeremy Cameron, 4 goals, 1. Ollie Henry, 3 goals, 1. The thing about the game, Carlton's game, is their midfield is stacked, their forward line is stacked. We understand that, right? They scored over 50 points from clearances. They scored over 30 points from forward stoppage turnovers. Now, that's their bread and butter, right? That's their bread and butter. They got Sammy Walsh back, who's dominating. Patrick Cripps, all of these guys who are just absolutely flying at the moment. So, of course, their work in the middle, their work around stoppages is going to be where they get their most points from. We saw that against Geelong. Now, we saw this last week, and in my preview for the Essendon game last week, I said Essendon are the best team, or top 2 or top 3 in all of their sort of what they're doing around stoppages, goals from stoppages, and then it comes to the Anzac Day game, and they're dominating us in the middle. They're scoring goals from stoppages. They're scoring goals from centre clearances. In the last quarter, they cleared the ball so many times, and they got it into their 50. And in the first quarter, they kicked 4 goals in a row because of that. Now, we knew this going in. We knew Essendon were going to do that going in. And we just couldn't stop it, or we didn't want to stop it. I don't know what it was. But now we're faced with a similar problem going into this Carlton game. We know exactly what they're going to do from the centre. We know exactly what they're going to do from stoppages. We know who they're going to kick it to. We know all of these things. It's about being able to stop these things. If Collingwood get off to a slow start like they had in their last 2 weeks, and Carlton kicked the first 4 or 5 goals, see you later. Absolutely see you later. Like, I know, but Collingwood can get themselves back into it. Takes a lot of effort to get themselves back. Takes a lot of effort to kick 4 or 5 unanswered goals when a team is already so much on top of you, and a team as good as Carlton, right? One thing that we need to do is arrest these slow starts. We cannot start slow. And I don't care if that's, just kicking 2 goals and then Carlton kicks 3 or whatever it may be, but we can't start slow. And that would be one of the things that we need to turn around as soon as possible. Going into this game, Collingwood haven't lost the game in the last 4 weeks or so. 3 wins, 1 draw. And like I said at the start of the video, this is going to be a very good litmus test. Do I think there's no sort of, the wheels aren't starting to fall off or anything like that. I think we can only get better from here. And what better way to get better than to beat Carlton? And I don't care if it's beating them by 3 points. I don't care if it's beating them by 50 points. Not going to happen. Not going to happen by 50 points. But you know what I mean? Like, a very good litmus test against one of the best teams in the competition. They're 5-2 for a reason. And, they're a good... It's a good time to sort of pick them off. You always want to play teams who are full strength. Carlton aren't full strength at the moment. They do have a couple of injuries. And the one area where we can sort of expose them is their defense. You saw it against Geelong, where they weren't very cohesive. They were playing off their men. They were letting sort of the Geelong forwards do a little bit what they want. So we know their forward line's good. We know their midfield's good. I think we can expose their defense. And I think this is where players like Lachie Schultz, Bobby Hill, Jamie Elliott will absolutely shine. They're not very good at the sort of the ground ball, getting below their knees. Jacob Wiedering is amazing. But if you're going to keep kicking it high to my check, Wiedering's going to keep marking those, and they've got other sort of defenders in there that are going to keep doing the exact same thing. So the one thing that we need to do as well when we get it into our forward line is make it count. For 2 weeks in a row, Port Adelaide and Essendon, we have just not put them to the sword. We just haven't converted our chances. When Essendon were 5 goals up or whatever, kicked the first 5-6 goals or whatever it was, we were like 1 goal for gettable chances, and we lose the game. We drew the game last week because we missed gettable chances. With Carlton, you're not going to get a lot of chances, and they need to make chances count when they get them. Take their full 30 seconds, go back, settle yourself, score a goal, I don't want to see 21 points or 18 points. I want to see us kick 17-8 or something like that. It's going to be a high scoring game. So I need to see us converting chances when they're there. Carlton, though, like what else can you say? Curnow is going to kick 4. I'm going to get this out now. All right, I'm going to get this out now, and I'm doing it with a smile on my face. He's going to get free kicks. Like, we understand that, okay? So he's going to kick 4. Just leave him kick his 4. Let him do what he's going to do. Hopefully Darcy Moore wears him like a glove. Hopefully Billy Frampton wears him like a glove. But they're kind of like Hydra, right? Not Hydra from Captain America and stuff like that. They're Hydra, the Greek mythology Hydra, where you cut 1 head off and 2 sort of grow. If you're focusing too much on Curnow, Mackay's going to come up. Mackay, Owies, or whoever else is, Cottrell, whoever else is in their bloody forward line. But those are their 2 big pillars. You kind of stop those. You tend to sort of stop Carlton in a sense, but their midfielders kick goals. So they're very dangerous around the grounds, but it's that defense that we can really try our best to expose. And that's where we're going to hopefully do most of our damage. Like I said, Schultz, Elliott, Bobby Hill, Myjek. Personnel-wise, and this is going to come out during you might see this, and the teams might be not announced, but there might be some news coming out of the teams. De Goey, I'm hearing won't play. Mitchell, I'm hearing won't play from a couple of sources. And if they're credible or not, I don't really know, but that's just what I'm hearing. Channel 7 said Lockie Sullivan could debut. Finn McRae could Finn McRae could play. So these are these in and under guys that we absolutely need. No, De Goey is a huge out if he doesn't play, which I don't think he will. So that's a big out for us. You can't use injuries as an excuse. You're playing with your best 23 on the field, and I think we do have the caliber to beat them. But Lockie Sullivan, if he debuts, that's huge, right? He's that in and under guy that's the Tom Mitchell replacement. That would be incredible for him, and against really good opposition and players that are hungry. These guys are hungry. I dare say we won't see Steel Cyborg have another shit game like he did against Anzac Day. He's got to go one better. Bobby Hill was quiet on Anzac Day. He's going to go one better. Lockie Schultz, he's going to go one better. Because if there's any game that you want to win during the home and away season, it's these Carlton games, right? And they would say the same thing about us. Beat them home, beat them away. It is going to be an absolutely fantastic game, and I'm nervous and excited. And the beauty about it is it's only round 8. It's only round 8, so we can kind of take a breath. It's not round 24. We don't need to win this, but to make the 8. So we can throw everything we can at them, and it's going to make for a great, great, great contest. Now, my big calls and predictions. I think we're going to win. I'm not going to say I know we're going to win. I think we're going to win by a point. I think we're going to win by a point. I'm just feeling it's going to be so close. The draw last week. I don't know why I want to say that, but I think we're going to win by a point. I hope not. I hope we win by 24 points, but I think it might be by a point. My big call is that Bobby Hill's got to get off the leash. He's going to kick 3 or 4 goals. And because he had a quiet game last week, so I think he's going to sort of bobby up for 3 or 4 goals. But look, guys, these have just been my thoughts on the preview of the big arch rival clash on Friday night. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll see you later.